Going back to your experience in the Montana State Legislature, you dealt with having a balanced budget amendment. You knew that you had to balance the budget there in Montana, and you succeeded in doing so. What effect would it have on the federal government if we had a balanced budget amendment?
Well, we would look at things more closely. The debate would be at a better level. In fact, when I was a state legislator back in 1985, 87, and 89, I carried the legislation asking for a constitutional convention for the purposes of putting a balanced budget requirement at the federal level. So I've been on this for a long time suggesting that states have to do it, the federal government should as well. The problem is you don't look at budgets with the same scrutiny as you do when you have to balance your budget. I'll give you an example. I chaired the subcommittee that dealt with the motor pool. I knew exactly how many cars were in the motor pool, what the year of their construction was, how many miles they had, and we could make a determination, did we need to buy additional cars for the motor pool or not? In the federal government, they don't have that same kind of a requirement. You don't have the close scrutiny. It's, you need a car, okay, no big deal. And the problem is then, if you don't balance the budget, you never have to come to the tough decision of actually looking inside the budget and finding where's the waste, where's the fraud, where's the abuse, or frankly, where they just misspending money.
Well, and as an appropriator, you have had the opportunity to sit and listen to administration witnesses tell you various vagaries about where the money is being spent. Do you feel that this would hold the Obama administration more accountable for how they're spending the taxpayers' dollars and force them to really take a sharp knife to the budget so they could balance the budget?
Absolutely. And it's not just the Obama administration. It would have been the Bush administration before that and the Clinton administration. It makes everybody more accountable. So this is not a political issue. It's not a partisan issue. It's a fiscal issue. And frankly, it's in the best interest of the taxpayer, the hardworking Americans who are out there just trying to put their kids through college or buy an additional or a new car or a bigger house or whatever their life needs are. It makes the federal bureaucrat, and these are not bad people, they're doing the job to the best of their ability, but it makes them look at some of the spending and make recommendations to their supervisor, who makes a recommendation to their secretary, who makes a recommendation to the president or the Office of Management and Budget, OMB, of where savings can be had. And then ultimately, you end up with the argument, do you need to cut spending to balance the budget, or do you need to raise revenue, or some combination thereof? You get a more honest debate about the fiscal realities of our situation than you do right now, because frankly we don't have to come to grips with it because of the ability to spend in a deficit situation.
Have you been surprised over your term here in Congress about how administrations really take the responsibility of balancing the budget somewhat lightly? Has that been surprising to you?
Yeah, not only surprising but disappointing. And I've been harping on this since I got here. I tried to convince our prior leadership before we lost the majority. We spent a lot of time on tax reform. We spent a lot of time on energy policy. We spent a lot of time on all the other issues. How about spending reform? Why don't we spend some time on trying to figure out how to spend money better on behalf of the taxpayer so we don't always have to ask for more?
Thank you for your time, Congressman, and good luck in getting our balanced budget amendment passed through the U.S. House of Representatives and through the Senate.
It will happen. It's essential.
Very good. Thank you, sir.